Okay, so this is the Tascam 688 that I've been working on. It's got a couple of problems still, but I thought I'd start using it and then see where we're at after a while. Now, I'm a bit foxed because there is the Q monitor bus, which has its own on-off switch here. I don't know if you can see that. So Q monitor. And that then brings these controls up, the levels there and the pans. Now when the signal that this Q monitor gets is all dependent on the mix and the insert here and the track arm buttons, whether it plays the input signal or the track armed signal, what would you call it? The signal coming back off the tape, playback signal as well. You can see I'm confused by that explanation. Right, so and the meters meter sometimes the tracks when it's in playback, of course, the stuff that's on the tape, and sometimes the groups. So the 4 groups, the 8 groups here. That are going to the tape. Now, when you turn the mixer on now, turn the unit on, sorry, what you find is that there's interference on coming up on 7, a bit on 5, a bit on 3, and a bit on 1. But after a while, and the interference, and you can monitor that interference through the Q monitor bus. You can actually physically hear it if I make a Q monitor enabled. So I'll turn the unit, but then, sorry, so after a while, this interference becomes less, almost like a capacitor maybe is reaching its full capacitance and suppressing the signal, or becoming working. I'll have to try and learn more about the schematics to try and understand. I think now the problem may not be on the monitor board, but what's being fed up to it, because when you track arm the tracks, or you put mix on and it's taking its signal from another part of the machine, then this part of the operation is fine, it's clean. So I think it's pre this it arriving at the Q monitor bus. Anyway, I'll turn the unit on now and you'll see what I mean. So as you see, the meters kind of on 5 it's not as bad, but 1, 3 and 7 have some kind of interference on them that kind of dissipates after a while. And if I was to press the mix button here, I'll press it and you'll see that because it's measuring a different bit of the track path, they'll obviously go down. I should point out as well, this overload light is lighting on 5, but that's it's not actually overloaded, so that's something, I think, a different problem. It could be the same problem, I'm not sure. But if I take it off mix again now, you'll see there's a bit there. Now if I put the amp on, I'm going to put the amp on and we'll just listen to a bit of that interference. Right, I've never put it through this amp before, so I'm not sure what volume levels are like. So if I turn the master up now, turn 1 and 2 up, you might be able to hear that's up full. I mean it so I can hear the hum through the speakers now. So if I put the Q monitor down, and if I now turn up 7 where we're getting the signal, you should be able to hear that white noise coming through. and you can see it on the meters coming out the left right bus. Now I'll just turn it down a bit, but when I press mix you'll hear it disappear. There, and back off, and it comes back. Now after a while this becomes less and less, so I'm not too sure where the problem is with this now, and if I track arm 7 it'll disappear with a bit of a click, but it disappears. Okay, so that's a bit on the problem with the machine.